Here is the home screen of WolframAlpha. You see lots of different parts of the website, but we need to go to the input bar here. Put your cursor in there and ask WolframAlpha anything you like. Well, let's keep it brief. You can put formula here. For example, what's the answer to 2 plus 2? We hit compute and we see that WolframAlpha understood our input and calculated the result, 4. And here again it says 4 spelled out for you. And there's a visual representation, which is nice and cool. Alright, we can do different things. For example, how do we calculate the power of some number? Let's take, for example, 2 to the power of 3. Now, how do you type to the power? Well, there's this symbol. It's on your keyboard when you press Shift and 6 on a standard American keyboard. And then 3. Alright, we hit compute again, see what happens. Yep, WolframAlpha understood our input, and there it is. The result is 8, or 8. Visual representation again, so it works nicely. If we'd like to take a square root of a number, we can actually use the power. We just put brackets and say 2 to the power of a half. That makes a square, isn't it? And hit compute again. Well, there it is. 1.414213 and so on. And if you even want more digits than this one, just click here. It's for fun. So let's say we want to have a natural logarithm. Well, WolframAlpha can do that. Just type in ln, open a bracket, any number, and close the bracket. And hit compute again. So there it is. The input is log 10, and actually it makes a note here saying that log x is interpreted as the natural logarithm. And there are more options. Alright. Here is a decimal approximation, properties he knows, an alternate form broken down. Alright, so there are more interesting information about the input we gave to WolframAlpha. Let's continue, because WolframAlpha is not only just a calculator, it understands symbols. For example, a function, a simple one like this. Y is x to the power of 2. Let's see what it does with our input. Compute. Alright, it understood our input. It says it's a geometric figure, a parabola, which is right. And here's a plot of that. Neat, huh? Actually, the most useful feature of WolframAlpha is that it takes the derivatives of your functions, which is really handy to check your own formulae when doing your homework, for example. Okay, but we can do, of course, more interesting stuff. Let's take a more complicated formula. For example, y is minus 3x to the power of 2 plus 4x plus 5. Let's see how it reacts to this. Compute. Again, it says it's a parabola, which is right. It gives 2 plots of it. One where x is ranging from minus 1 to 2, and where x is ranging from minus 8 to 8. There are some alternate forms it gives, and the derivatives. So let's move on. For example, how do we in general take a derivative of a function? Let's keep our current function and ask WolframAlpha explicitly for its derivative. We remove the y is and just keep the function and put in front of the function derivative space. Then we hit compute, and there it is. The notation is in the American way, if you see, but it understood our input rightly. It took the derivative, it's 4 minus 6, and it gives actually two plots of that again. Well, there you have it. The next thing we would like to do is to maximize a function. Let's keep our function. Here again, we type maximize. Compute. There it is. Maximize this function, and it has the solution. It's also stated here in the plot. The last thing I would like to show you is how to solve a function. Let's see how that works. Well, we again remove maximize, because for this example I stick to the same formula. We type in solve and then to 0. Alright, hit compute and see what happens. Here's what we stated, and here's what WolframAlpha calculated. The visual representation is really neat. You see exactly what it's doing, and there it is. It's your answer, quickly and precisely. There are more examples on WolframAlpha on the website. Check them out. Hopefully WolframAlpha will be very useful for your homework assignments. Alright, thank you for watching and goodbye.